Hello, and we are back with our Batman, the animated series episodes commentary. And today's episode is gonna be one that I really love called The Mechanic, an episode that gives a great highlight to the Batmobile in the show, alright? So as usual, let's do our countdown so you can watch the episode with me in case you have your DVD box set or Blu-ray box set or streaming service with Batman the Animated Series, alright? In 3, 2, 1, give it a play. The Warner Bros. Logo is on the screen. So yes, The Mechanic, an episode that features a interesting side of Batman regarding where does he get those wonderful toys, if you remember that line. So yes, the idea here is we're gonna see some characters involved in the mechanics, literally, of the Batmobile, and how did he get such an incredible machine to fight crime, which is something that, again, a very creative idea from the creators of the show to delve a little more into the, again, I'm going to use the words mechanics of being Batman, right? How and where does he get incredible devices, machines, and tools to help him in the crime fighting? So here we have this, we're going to have the mechanic that is literally a character who is a mechanic and helps him fix the Batmobile. So the episode starts with this car chase between Batman and the Penguin in a freeway on Gotham, and it's a very interesting way to start the episode because this is a very action-driven story, which we're gonna have many action scenes involving the Batmobile. And that's why I like this episode so much. It's Batman spends a long time inside the car during the plot, and the idea is that Batman is chasing the Penguin, and they dodge the other cars on the road. Some of the Penguin's goons, they fire against Batman with machine guns. We have this very cool scene where they shoot the tires of a truck who has a flammable tank, and the truck almost presses Batman against the side road, and Batman escapes, very narrowly escapes, right? And then we have this elevating bridge that is on the way. So, by the way, the Penguin is not in the car. I remember this now. The car belongs to the Penguin's goons, but he himself is not in the car. So the elevating bridge is coming down, but the Penguin's goons are so stupid that they cross the bridge and fall into the hole or the gap on the bridge. They end up falling onto a boat, passing underneath the bridge, a boat that belongs to the Penguin, right? So it's okay. And Batman, he is able to break the Batmobile before reaching the gap and falling as well behind the criminals. And the elevating bridge presses the car, the front of the car, and ends up damaging the Batmobile. So Batman takes the car to the workshop, a secret workshop, which has this man called Earl and his daughter, his young daughter, as mechanics who will work in the car and fix it. for Batman and Robin. This is a very interesting concept. These employees that work for Batman in secret. I mean, it's a little strange, right? Because they're not part of the circle of Alfred or Gordon or the police force or something like that. It's almost like is more to the circle of Lucius Fox and the whole, Wayne Enterprises technology area. But here, yes, they're not part of these circles, right? Soon enough, we're gonna have a flashback that shows or explains how Batman met Earl. And by the way, Earl, he only knows Batman, right? He doesn't know Bruce Wayne. He doesn't know the secret identity of Batman. So yes, it's a very interesting concept that Batman has these people that work around him to help him in his mission, that are people that work in secrets, right, for him. By the way, this is something that is kind of touched in some other versions of the character. For example, in The Dark Knight, we know that Batman had to do that mission in Hong Kong, and he used some hired pilots working in secret for him to help him accomplish the mission. We never know who are these pilots in the movie. We never get to see them, but we know that they are there. And so it's a similar idea here, right? Batman, he cannot just trust Alfred to fix the Batmobile or to work on his apparatus, because Alfred is a butler, right? So yeah, so he has these other people working with him in a secret fashion. Anyway, the Penguin, he receives a guy, a lawyer or something like this in his hideout. By the way, a hideout or a lair that is very similar to the one of Batman Returns, with the yellow duck vehicle in there. And this guy, he brings a document that explains the connection between Batman and Earl in the workshop. So the Penguin now knows who to attack to get to Batman. The funny thing is that while he analyzes the documents that has some list of materials and tools or devices that were bought to fix a car, and that matches with the Batmobile, right? While he reads these documents, he sends the guy who brought him the paper in the duck vehicle into the sewer, right, of his lair. And the sewer has this it's like a toilet seat, and there is this water swirling that is almost like when you flush the toilet. So he sends the man into this swirling water to basically kill him, right? So we have another kill right here in the cartoon. It's not fully shown, but it's very probable that the man drowned in the water. So it's a very shocking again scene if you think about it, because it's not really shown. And anyway, the Penguin is able to get the location of Earl's workshop, and they get to the place. attack it. They surrender Earl and his daughter, and now the villain and his goons are messing with the Batmobile and the engine and the systems inside it. So basically what happens here is a similar plot to the one of Batman Returns, where later the Penguin, he's going to be able to control the Batmobile. And since this show was released near Batman Returns in the year of 1992, I don't know if this episode is from that year, could be 1992 or 1993. It's quite possible that the creators wanted to take inspiration in that, because it's probably one of the best scenes from Batman Returns, by the way. And this is where we have a flashback with Earl explaining the story of how he got to meet Batman. And the idea is that he worked for a company, a car company, where he very rightfully warned the owners of the company and the investors that their products, their cars, had real problems that might cause deaths in people driving it. So he tried to show these problems to the owners, but obviously they didn't want to know. They didn't care, and he decided to quit the company. And in a very dirty maneuver, the owners of the company tried to silence him by sending some goons one night to, kill him, right? So he didn't talk to anyone about those problems. And Batman was aware of that. He had a microphone recording the whole thing of the meeting. And he ended up helping Earl later when he was attacked and saved the man. And it's a great story, by the way. Great flashback, and again, a great insight on how Batman works and how he cares about the lives of people, right? Especially simple people like Earl. And then after saving the man in another night, he came to him in the street with his old car, because here it is shown that Batman had a previous Batmobile before this one, which was, in my opinion, a very cool Batmobile, even though it was a very rough version of it, which has something that I love. It had the face of the bat in front of the car. And anyway, it was an old car that was showing very clear problems, but I like the design of it. And he asked Earl to design and build a new Batmobile for him, and that's exactly what happened. He brought the Batmobile that we know today, with all its devices and its weapons. So it's a great story. And then, anyway, the Penguin is able to mess with the Batmobile, and he's going to be able to control it later. And Earl isn't able to do anything about it. He has to work along the Penguin because they are threatening his daughter. Anyway, speaking about Penguin, not to try to go in a tangent, but today is the last episode, or season finale, should I say, of the Penguin, the series, right? And so it's a very exciting day if I am listening to this commentary again in the future, or you are listening in the future, pretty far away from the date that I am recording this. Today was the season finale day of the Penguin in Max, right? So we are all very anxious and really anticipating what's gonna happen and what's gonna be the end of this story for Oswald Cobb. And so yes, it's a very exciting day. Anyway, Batman returns to the workshop to get the Batmobile back, but Earl, being the smart man that he is able to send or to say a secret message to Batman in order to give him a signal that things are not right? There's something wrong going on. And the goons and the Penguin are still holding his daughter as hostage. So he still cannot clearly warn Batman of what's going on. And this is where we're going to have probably the last 5 or 6 minutes of episodes. That is a huge action scene where we see Batman in the Batmobile being controlled by the Penguin and having a huge chase that will take them to many different locations. And this is what I love about this episode. The Penguin shows up in another car with the remote that will control the Batmobile in his hand. And then this is where we have the scene that is very reminiscent of Batman Returns, with him doing whatever he wants with the Batmobile. And initially, Batman he cannot control the wheel of the car, and the Batmobile, he starts to hit the side roads, and Robin goes, "What are you doing?" And then Batman explains, "We are sabotaged." And this is interesting because the whole scene now goes to the airport. Moves to the airport, where we're gonna have a big chunk of the climax happening, and it's a good way to avoid casualties on the roads, I suppose, because in the airport there are not many civilians to worry about. Yes. And then we see Batman trying many things to get out of the car. They try to eject and bail out of it. There is a very strange scene here, because the Penguin clearly has the chance to just, throw Batman against the wall and kill him, but he doesn't. And then we see the Penguin, just wanting to have fun with Batman, taking him into this parking lot building of the airport. This is the mistake of villains. They really, they take a long time to kill the heroes, and in the process, they never kill the heroes. So yeah, that's a very cool scene. He activates the airbag on the Batmobile. And then Batman realizes that the message that Earl gave him had to do with something. I'm trying to remember. But it has to do with something that he can do to escape the whole thing. So there is an air conditioning button that they can press, and this will help them eject from the car. And this is what Batman does before the Penguin throws the car out of the building of the parking lot and explodes the Batmobile. By the way, very sad, but the Batmobile gets destroyed in this jump, falling from the building. And then Batman and Robin eject. Of course, they ejected before from the car. And what happens is that they have this, what is the name again? I always forget the name of this device. They have the wings, right? The gliders. God damn it. Why I always forget the name of this. they have these gliders that form wings, and they are able to fly after the Penguin. Meanwhile, Earl is able to fight the guard that is taking him hostage on the workshop. And we're going to have this cool scene where Batman, he shoots his grappling gun in the Penguin's car, and the car speeds on the airport road. And Batman is, again, as usual, he flies behind the car, being dragged by it. And a very cool shot where he passes underneath an airplane moving by the airport lane. And in consequence, the driver of the car, he doesn't see a truck in front of them, and he passes underneath the back of the truck, and in the process ends up ripping the ceiling chunk of the car. And after that, the Penguin gets the daughter of Earl, from the car, and he still holds her as hostage. And Robin comes up in his glider and kicks the Penguin. And once again, Batman and Robin are victorious once more. And then we have the ending of the episode where everything is fine again. And now Batman, he smartly decides that now he's going to use dummy corporations so that no one has access to documents of car pieces that he bought to be able to fix his car, right? And I remember me and my brother watching this part of the episode as a kid, and he going, "Oh, thank you, Batman, for thinking about this just now," right? After this whole disastrous event. So it's funny still today to see this scene. And then we have the epilogue of the episode, if I can say that we have the Penguin, in the prison working on some car plates, and then he receives one car plate with the Batman's name on it and gets so angry that he rips the car plate apart. And this is it, The Mechanic, another fun episode in this show. If you are liking the contents of BATGUS, please don't forget to leave your like in this video. And of course, don't forget also to leave your most beloved subscription in the channel so we can keep talking about Batman and DC Universe in the future, alright? See you in the next Bat video, and bye-bye.